Update: am I the butthole for pouring my husband's sweet tea down the drain? So, it's been a few days since my original post. Everyone was so kind, helpful and supportive. I received so many messages and I want to thank each one of you for them. They meant more to me than you know. Well, I've left my husband. And it really wasn't over this one incident, but really a build-up of many. Before I even made the post, I wasn't completely blind to what he had been doing in terms of control. As weird as it seems, sometimes I just forget I am an adult and I don't have to just yes sir and listen to any man that's older than me. I'm an adult now. I make my own rules. I feel sick saying this, but I realize I had been viewing him as a parental figure and not a partner. It kind of makes my stomach twist to even type that, but that is what it is. I don't really want to analyze it right now, it's too gross. I'm honestly going through a really tough grieving time right now. I feel like such a failure. What's worse is that he does not care in the least. When I called him to tell him I was leaving, he said okay. Let me know when you want to grab your stuff, we can have you moved out ASAP. And that was it. That was all he said before he hung up the phone. I'm really hurting. I loved him so much, and I think part of me just wanted to see if he was willing to fight for me and apologize. He was not, so that's that. But, although I'm hurting, I feel free. My mom has welcomed me back, she's so happy I am divorcing him. I got together with my friends who he wouldn't let me see. I watched TV shows he told me were too childish. And I've been wearing ugly sweatpants and oversized t-shirts that he always said made me look like a man. So thank you, all of you. I got a wake-up call I desperately needed. I don't even want to be a housewife. I never wanted that for me, no hate on anyone who does, honestly guys, it was hard and lonely work. I am going to get my RN, and then move on to my master's. You've all encouraged me in the best way possible. Good for you. Please get legal advice now before you move your stuff/return the key, especially if the house is marital property, not a lawyer. Not sure if it matters, but I would want to check with a lawyer first for that very reason. Don't let him get out of this marriage with more than his share just because it's easier now. You may regret it later and you deserve to start this new phase of your life with your head held high. So much this. Your soon-to-be ex has proven that he does not have your best interests at heart. Depending on your jurisdiction, you may have rights that he would really prefer that you don't exercise. He will almost certainly lie to you about them. I can't suggest strongly enough that you speak to a family law attorney who is licensed in your area before you leave the family home. Absolutely, expert legal advice is absolutely essential. The original poster is at risk of being manipulated into feeling they shouldn't be entitled to anything, especially if they weren't working, if this controlling husband tries to argue his wage is his money, but the law usually recognizes and places a very high value on non-financial contributions such as being a housewife. A court is very likely to require a much older partner with a very much younger partner, who has no job and is still in school, to support that partner with some form of spousal support. Splitting marital assets will also have to be worked through, and in some countries the original poster would be likely to receive a larger share due to her need to establish herself. And this isn't unfair on the husband, it's the risk the husband took on marrying someone who was barely an adult. Op should see a good family lawyer immediately. 100%, agreed. Had she not gotten married and spent all her time cooking and cleaning, she could have been going to school or working and getting promoted. Spousal support exists exactly for this reason. She needs to be compensated for her contribution to the household. Also, if you have shared bank accounts, do not take your name off them/sign any paperwork to do with them before speaking to a lawyer. He's very much about appearances, so most likely the divorce will be quiet. I don't think he'd try to pull any spiteful moves, especially since he loves his reputation. I've worked in a family law office, but I'm not a lawyer. It has been my personal experience that those who care most about appearances are the most likely to go full scorched earth in the divorce, not the other way around. I hate to say this, but the easiest way for him to keep his reputation is to completely destroy yours, especially given the age difference between you two. Lawyer up. Please. This is a situation that can have permanent life-altering consequences. Please don't try and handle this without a lawyer. The man got mad at you for being 7 minutes late to a run. Given his track record, I wouldn't underestimate his ability to be petty and underhanded. My partner let a lot of things go when separating with his ex because she would never do that. As soon as one argument popped up, she did everything in the scorched earth playbook. It ruined us, destroyed our relationship, and we will never get out of the financial black hole of lawyer fees. What you think someone would do as your spouse is irrelevant to what they would do as your ex. Oh, crap. That makes so much sense now. Thank you for dropping that on my head. In my divorce, I was the scorched earth. Please listen to this person. I came here to say this. Get a lawyer, even if you have to call the state bar and get one for free or no cost. You're a kid going up against a grown man who will probably have his own legal representation. This could end very badly for you. People who are all about appearances get real dirty when their facade gets a little bit tarnished. Exactly. If he cares about appearances, going out as the protagonist of the story is better than going out in silence. He will make you look like the bad guy no matter what. Because as you see here, just knowing the age difference will make him look bad, except for his friends/community of creeps, that is. Exactly. Especially when they're as controlling as the op's soon-to-be ex, is. I really hope she listens. His disinterest is a tactic to try to get you to come crawling back. In predatory circles, this is called dread game. It's manipulative and abusive. He's trying to make you think you need him more than he needs you, and by extension make you think that you can't do better, so it's your duty to keep him, not the other way around. Do not fall for it. You deserve so much more than this, and his behavior is not normal or healthy. When dread game doesn't work, the next step is love bombing. At some point, weeks or months from now, he's going to magically have a change of heart. I thought I didn't need you, but now I see I can't live without you. I didn't appreciate you, I see that now. I'm so sorry, baby, I promise I'll do better. After his emotional withdrawal from you, this love bomb is intended to overwhelm you with emotion and make you think that maybe he really has changed. He won't. He's not going to change. He's 31 years old and he knows exactly what he's doing. If you go back to him, then he'll know he can do whatever he wants and you won't leave. And when these tactics don't work, he'll see it as an insult to his ego and he's going to try to punish you for it. He's going to make this divorce ugly, and do everything he can to cast you as the psycho so he can preserve his own reputation. He doesn't want to be seen as the instigator of a failed marriage, he wants to be the upstanding and honorable victim of a crazy ex-wife. Hire a lawyer now and document everything you can. Save every text message, and try to only communicate by text or email. This is extremely important to watch out for. Do not fall for love bombing. It is too easy to mistake it for him fighting for you, which is what you were hoping for. The problem is that talk is cheap. Any sorry or fighting you would not be genuine. That's not to say people can't mess up and genuinely make up for it or change some bad habits, but he would need an entire personality change for your relationship to ever work, regardless of the age/life stage gap. He has historically treated you as less than, and continues to treat you like you don't matter. That attitude and misogynistic personality won't change. Please lawyer up, and try not to fall for his inevitable attempt to get you back. I'm sorry you are hurting and I hope you can move on from this to be in a better place, and eventually find someone more deserving of you and more respectful and caring toward you. This. User frustrated and done. Please read this. Reddit link. Ditto user frustrated and done. This is very important info right here. Reddit link. Honestly, hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Often it's the people who are most concerned with reputation who get nastiest when crossed, and they can do it because they have the benefit of that reputation to fall back on. My parents finally just finished a divorce that has lasted years, and my dad became unbelievably spiteful and cruel. He's someone who's very outgoing, fun, and well-liked, and that was a huge part of what made him able to screw my mom over so completely. The lawyers all liked him. The judges and arbitrators liked him. Most of their mutual friends and acquaintances found it hard to believe he'd mistreat anyone, least of all his wife of 25 years. Meanwhile, he was shutting off her power and Wi-Fi, sending people to break crap at her house, filing motion after motion to take all her stuff. But when he badmouthed her in public, people were inclined to believe him because after all, he's such a nice guy. His ex must just be a gold digger trying to steal all his money. Get a good lawyer. Talk openly with folks you trust about what has happened and how he's treated you. The system can be really sexist and just hard to deal with, so arm up and build yourself a support network. I hope it all goes smoothly, but it's very possible it won't. Good luck, and above all, good for you for getting your life back before you were in any deeper. Do not trust it. Brace yourself for an ugly divorce because right now I'm pretty sure he thinks he will be able to guilt trip you to return back to him on his terms, age difference. Would he trash yours to protect his? Please be wary, but I'm so thrilled and relieved to hear you've made your escape. I mean, it's the South and having lived there, others will help protect his reputation without him even having to ask. Lawyer up ASAP and never be alone with him. Please listen to this person. Please consult with a lawyer before you move your things out. I am planning on divorce and the lawyer gave me very specific steps to follow to make sure I don't get cheated out of anything I deserve. Best wishes to you. Sending you a hug. My parents were very much about appearance and how that might affect them during their divorce. Coming from an upper-class child of divorce, don't rely on this thought. Separations rarely end peacefully. The lawyers will handle everything and it won't be that public of an affair, but it doesn't mean he won't try to rake you over the coals. Have a lawyer on your side that makes sure you get taken care of and you don't lose anything. Stop thinking about what was and think about yourself. For once, be selfish. Honey, no. Lawyer up. Protect yourself and what you're legally entitled to. You waited on that man hand and foot and took care of the marital home. Your labor is valuable and you are entitled to assets accrued during the marriage. No, 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 no. Get a lawyer, now. Source: brother is a very good and decent family lawyer. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can turn bad in these situations. He cares about his reputation. He will not care about yours. I've said this in another comment, but something about the timeline concerns me. Did he know you and proposition you before you were of age? It's possible this guy may be grooming other girls/women as we speak. If you have any written communication on your phone or on social media where he approached you before you were of age, save that crap right now. She said in comments in the original post that she was 18 when they met and had just graduated high school. I still would say he's targeting and grooming young women since he only approached her after seeing she was alone at a diner until closing all the time. But he's doing it legally, unfortunately. At least in Op's case anyway. I'm glad you got away, Op. So many women end up marrying an ass monkey of a man and getting stuck by having a baby or having been isolated from friends and family. You're a rare one who got away early. Be proud of yourself. And study hard and have a great life. Still talk to a lawyer before leaving that house. That's what we all think/were told. Source: ex-wife who was told let's be amicable. Please, 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 please listen to this. I didn't even think about it until it was mentioned, but you definitely need to get a lawyer. Don't believe anything your ex tells you, don't sign anything he gives you, etc. Get a lawyer that isn't connected to him in some way. Don't want one of his good old boys to be officially working for you but with his best interests in mind. You 100% need a good lawyer, and now. I know his type, and you just don't know how he'll react until he feels threatened. And he's a fragile little baby of a man, anything you assert will make him feel threatened. He'll slander you to everyone he knows and try to make sure you get nothing you're entitled to, hoping you'll be counting on him to keep it quiet. He's going to play hardball, I guarantee it. You need to be ready. Get a lawyer and follow their advice. Not a lawyer, but I agree with Mithrander. These are the people who absolutely scorched earth. And they have no problem lying to make you look awful. He will say you pursued him. He will say you are an evil harpy who berates him at every turn. All while telling everyone how supportive he was when you lost your job. Maybe the job loss made you crazy? These are probably the nicest things he will say. You are so much not a failure for leaving. It's great that you recognized the abuse and removed yourself from that situation. As for his reaction, he's trying to trigger you into going back to beg for his love. It's just more manipulation. All the best to you. To add to this, user frustrated and done, please bring somebody with you when you go to pick up your things. Do not go alone, no matter what he says. Reddit link. Adding to this, you can phone the police for an escort. Tell them you're leaving an abusive relationship and they should send someone over, just to be safe. The most dangerous time for a woman in an abusive relationship is leaving. Please be careful. Just make sure you call ahead. Some agencies like mine ask you to schedule a civil standby ahead of time so they can have someone available. Yes. Original poster may be able to have police officers with her. I came home from lunch with a friend one Saturday to find 3 police cars at the house across the street. I thought it was odd until another neighbor told me that the wife had left her abusive husband and the officers were there to help her move out. It was only done as a precaution, but if the department can spare the manpower, it's probably wiser to be proactive than have to follow up on an assault. Or worse. Thank you, Heart. I have already made a decision to not see him unless my parents are with me, just in case I have a moment of weakness. Every day is getting easier. You're not weak. Taking the first step is always the hardest, and leaving an abuser really shows how strong you are. Good luck rediscovering what makes you happy. Every time you feel weak, just read these threads. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.